Hey, what's going on, y'all? Hope everyone's having a fabulous day. If you haven't gotten a chance to subscribe to this channel, please do so. Ring that notification bell, that way when I drop a video, you'll be notified. What I want you guys to do is, I want you guys to go in the description. I created a couple of links. I created another Google Sheet for you guys. But what I'm doing is I'm trying to build resources that are going to help us get through this pandemic, epidemic, whatever you want to call it. And what I'm doing is there's some companies, financial institutions that I'm getting word that are helping people get through this situation. If you work with a company that's not named in this list, what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to put in the comments the name of the company and what program is put in place. For example, I got word Capital One will defer payments until May. Okay, so if you're with Capital One and you're looking for ways to save money, what I want you guys to do is reach out to Capital One and see if they will defer your payments until May. Walmart looks like they're deferring payments until May. Discover will defer payments to May. First Premier, there's nothing in place as of right now for First Premier. First Savings will defer payments until May. HSN, there's nothing in place right now. Navy Federal Credit Union, if you're with Navy Federal Credit Union, the auto and the credit card, it looks like they're extending payments until June. Okay, so maybe you get some type of reprieve from Navy if you're with Navy. Okay, so if you're with OLLO, OLLO, they will defer payments until May. There's nothing with Credit One right now. T-Mobile will put a hold on your account. The payment is still due, but they will not disconnect your account. So if you're with T-Mobile, you might want to reach out to them and see what they're willing to do to help you in your situation. Aspire will defer payments until May. So if you work with a company that I did not list, like I said, I want you guys to reach out to me. I'm going to add it to my Google Sheet. As we go, we can just keep putting more companies in place so we know. I just came across something where it looks like the government is trying to pass some type of stimulus for the people. And if they can pass this, I think this will allow us to get through this situation just fine. What they're trying to say, and like I said, if you want to go in the description, you can go in the description and click the link and you'll be able to pull this article up as well. At least $2,000 per month for all adults plus $1,000 for each child. Okay, so this is a package that they're putting together. They're going to suspend all consumer and small business credit payments. This includes mortgages, car notes, student loans, credit cards, small business loans, personal loans, etc. Okay, so during this situation, they're looking to suspend all payments. They're going to establish a facility by the Federal Reserve or Treasury to reimburse creditors for services for lost revenue and expenses. Okay, and what they're looking to do is they're going to suspend all negative consumer credit reporting during the pandemic. There would be a total moratorium on negative reporting during the pandemic and for 120 days thereafter. Okay, afterwards consumers could add their names to a database for continued protection. Okay, so if you guys go in this link, you guys will be able to see exactly what it is that they're trying to propose. Prohibit debt collection, repossessions, and garnishments of wages during the pandemic. If they can get this passed, it looks like this would be something that would really help us. They're going to ban all evictions, foreclosures, and repossessions, including manufactured homes, RVs, and cars nationwide. If they can get this passed, like I said, this is something that's going to help us. I want you guys to go in the description, click the link, and you guys will be able to pull all this information up. Now, I'm noticing that I'm getting a lot of people asking me about questions about what's more important. Should they pay debt down? Should they hoard cash, right? I'm just a big believer that cash is king. If you can put yourself in a situation where you can collect as much money as you possibly can, whether it's in the bank or under the mattress or something. Now, I want you guys to understand something. There is something that I called high impact debt. All right, when you're talking about your credit, these are companies that once you become 30 days late, they're going to be reported on your credit report. These are things like your mortgages. Until this is passed, this is the way that I look at it. These are things like mortgages, your credit cards, student loans, any personal loans. Anytime you become 30 days late on these type of things, your auto loans, they're going to be reported on your credit report. All right. Now, a lot of people don't know that when you have utilities, cable bills, memberships like your Netflix, stuff like that, if you're 30 days late on these programs, your cell phone, some of them may shut you off, but 9 times out of 10, you can just extend that payment. Okay, so if you're kind of struggling, you've been laid off from your job, what I would try and focus on first is those, I would always believe try to save your credit first. Use your credit to your best of ability. Okay, that's what I would do first. And then I would look at those debts that will not have an impact on my credit score. Anything that doesn't have an impact credit score, I consider that secondary debt. And I would make my minimum payments on everything, and then I would keep as much cash as I possibly could. Those of you that are going through buying, just spending money on toilet paper and all this stuff that you're not going to need, we got to stop that. We got to keep as much cash to get through this the best that we possibly can. Just keep that in mind. This is just my personal opinion on how we need to be looking at our finances. Some of you believe that we're going to get through this situation, like once this disease is contained or this virus is contained, that we're just going to come out of this scot-free. There's going to be a lot of industries that are affected. The Federal Reserve Chairman just came out today and he was saying that he's going to do everything that he possibly can to keep our unemployment under 20%, and I just don't see how that's possible unless you know how they finagle numbers, unless you're finagling numbers. But there's a really good chance we're going to have a high unemployment rate, and I hope that you are not affected. Now, I want to give you guys another resource. I always talk about this. If you ever get in a situation where you need to get cash off your credit cards, there's a company called Plastiq. I'm going to leave a link in the description, and you are able to pay bills that you normally can't pay. So let's say you're in a situation where you need to pay your rent, and your apartment or whoever you're paying rent do not take credit cards. You can actually reach out to Plastiq, and what they'll do is make that payment for you. They'll send them a check. They're going to charge you 3%, but at least you're able to make your payments to your bills. Okay, so that's just another resource that you guys can use. We use that in the credit game to get cash off our business credit cards. Just being honest, this is how we get in the business game. But in this time, you may need to use this in order to make a payment. Maybe you might need to get cash off your credit cards or something like that. You can use this company to help you out in any kind of way. All right, so those of you with financial institutions that you're working with, I want you guys to reach out and leave a comment in this video. That way we all know what financial institutions are working with us, and just be smart with your money. Now is the time to really be looking at your budget. And if you're looking for a great budget app, EveryDoller is the best budget app out there. And that way you know exactly where your money is being spent. Okay, I'm not going to make this a long video. I really wanted to touch bases with you guys, and I hope everyone's staying safe. I'm going to catch you guys on the next video. All right, you guys take care. Bye-bye.